AXJ, Global News Network. The Future Light Kingdom Party, Hermes, the Caduceus, and the Royal Order of the Divine Light have been invited by AXJ Global News Network to speak about humanity. And we need to understand that a broad scheme of inhuman behavior can be seen in minor details. Details such as the violation of human rights here in this country. When we view children in prison cells, separated from their parents, then we most certainly have departed as a nation from any solid foundation true humanity represents. And even more concerning is that when we are capable to, as we allege, extort a border wall by using children as a pawn, then to what else are we capable of? We find worldwide problems like human trafficking, global prostitution. We have money laundering. We have crime organizations, not only from Russia, Italy, that are organized and that reflect the same structure as organized crime syndicates in the past identified as the mafia have and had. And all of those things do not represent just a local problem. In fact, they are a global problem after all. Such organized crime organizations today that are engaged in illegally trafficking women to prostitute them, that illegally traffic children, that illegally kill individuals for organs to be gained and then sold to hospitals from around the world. When we are looking at all these very extremely concerning subject matters of humanity, we cannot view that from a single perspective of a nation. We need to view them on a global scale. And it will be a global unity that can only resolve such issues. All crimes related to drugs need to end. In fact, the entire drug war, as we can see it, has been lost. Like the prohibition against alcohol was, from the moment it started, destined to lose. We need to rethink the future. And in order for us to get a hold of the problems that we face and that affect the very essence humanity stands for, we need to realize that it is all, after all, a link of a chain that we have to view from a global perspective at. These are all links that one leads to the other, and we cannot isolate them. Crime is crime. Crime against humanity has many shapes and forms. And from the moment we are developing a sort of immunity against such crimes, as here in this country many find it totally okay to separate parents from their children and to lock them up, then we have departed from everything humanity stands for. We, as the United States of America, cannot claim leadership in affairs of humanity when our very actions reflect the opposite. We as a world cannot isolate problems. We have to see them in their complexity. Because after all, everything is linked to each other. And we will need to legalize drugs. There is no way that we will ever win that war. But at the same time, we will be able to tax it accordingly. And the people that are drawn to drugs we have to give them an idealism, a personal empowerment that keeps them off such drugs. We all do have choices, and our choices need to be always the right ones, even though they might be difficult. We cannot judge people that have been abused, used, and in every aspect mistreated. We cannot lie to people. We have to have an open dialogue with the people, and we need to observe the problems of humanity from around the world objectively. No one can be excluded. We all must be part of it. And we must fight together, united, unified, against such developments that become more and more powerful as greed and the anonymity of individuals through the internet has become very helpful in the process of empowering crime organizations. Access is given to them that they never had prior, and opportunities are currently available to them that they also never had prior. It is us, the people, that need to understand that we need a global intelligence community that bases its sole purpose on protecting the very foundation of peace and humanity. The wars of the future are not fought by nuclear weapons. The wars of the future are fought on a foundation of information. And only information will provide to us the luxury of viewing humanity, peace, and the preservation of humanity and peace objectively. The concerns of AXJ Global News are valid, and we the people have an obligation for our children to acknowledge the cancer that this world currently faces. And the only thing what we can really firmly place against it is our unified intent to improve things, to make things better. And for us as a global community, to not blame each other, but to work constructively together to eliminate any sort of violation that harms the life of an individual, that deprives him of his rights, and that exposes him to the powers of a government that has only one interest in mind, and that is to feed its leaders and to disable its followers. Let us fight together for a unified world. Let us be in our own environment, men and women of heart and love. Let us be all the change we wish to see in this world. And let us unified depart from this path of insanity we have taken. The Light Kingdom Party is your future political movement, because the energy and the essence that is existent within its charter, within its heart, is powerful. And you, the people, deserve such power that only light can provide to you.